Hello, welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. No doubt you've spent time frustrated on the jammed 405 freeway through Orange County, but when the Orange County Transportation Authority started talking about turning carpool lanes into toll lanes, the local community said, not so fast. It's not a done deal, however. With us now is Assemblymember Allan Mansoor to talk about where it stands and where he hopes it's going. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you, Leslie. Well, we were successful in temporarily stopping the toll lanes, and I want to emphasize temporarily. The alternative that was approved is for an additional free lane on the 405 freeway, which is good, and what the voters were promised with Measure M, and there's an option to build another lane in the future the way it's designed, but nowhere does it say it won't be a toll lane. And so my concern is, one, Caltrans has not finalized the alternative that OCTA voted upon yet, so that's a little bit uncertain. But also, when voters were voted for Measure M, they were promised certain parameters that the money would be used for, and toll lanes were not one of them. So I'm introducing AB 2036, which will actually require a vote of the people of Orange County before toll lanes can be used. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want accountability and transparency. There's nothing inherently wrong with any type of lane. There's a lot of varieties, but we need to be accurate and truthful with where the money goes.
Okay, so you want to make sure that Measure M money doesn't go for toll lanes. It can go for other things. You're not opposed then if they wanted to raise bond money to construct toll lanes?
Sure, there's many ways to finance it, and Measure M, but Measure M specifies what the money is to be used for, and that went before the voters, and the voters approved it to go for the things that were mentioned in it. If elected officials want to put toll lanes in, then we need to be truthful and say, hey, we'd like you to vote for something like Measure M or a bond measure or whatever, and we'll use it for that. And if the voters say yes to that, that's fine. So basically, I want some accountability when we promise something, and Measure M has nothing in it about toll lanes.
What about where the revenue from the toll lanes would go?
One of my colleagues is putting forward a different piece of legislation to address that, and that's a very important point. We want the money to stay local. So that's another important issue. And again, it boils down to transparency and accountability. What the voters are promised when they approve something. But AB 2036 will give the voters a voice to make sure that they approve of what's going forward.
Okay, so it's about local control. It's not just about the money, because a lot of the people in the local community are saying they're going to just railroad right past us in making decisions that can affect our businesses and our communities. For instance, if you're on the toll road, you can't easily get off of the toll road.
That's right, and I think that's why there was such an outcry among the corridor cities to say, wait a second, that's not in Measure M, and it's not what it was, we were led to believe it was going to be used for, and they were right. That's why people spoke up. So AB 2036 will say that the voters have to have a vote before you can approve toll lanes.
Okay, so right now, Caltrans has the final say on what happens with these toll roads. And I assume what you're saying, your bill would affect the entire state, not just what we're talking about, the 405 freeway.
Well, this bill is specific to Orange County.
Okay. So what is the next step? It's just a matter of getting the bill through. Could Caltrans make some decisions before the bill is considered?
Sure, they could. The bill will go to Transportation Committee, and then if it makes it through that, it has to go to the Assembly floor, and then of course to the Senate. But yeah, we're waiting to see what Caltrans is going to do with Alternative 1. But this issue is far from over. I want to make sure people understand there are special interests that are still trying to push for toll lanes, and I want to make sure that they're not done without a vote of the people.
Allan Mansoor, thanks for being here today. Glad you could join us. I'm Leslie Leyton.